Okay, then we are up to week 28 of this 2021/22 Premier League season, and we've got some interesting games up. We've got a Manchester derby and some really difficult fixtures to really predict. We're going to start off straight away with Leicester City against Leeds United, who will be playing their first game under their new manager from RB Leipzig after Marcelo Bielsa's sacking. Leeds United, as you can see, poor run of form in their last few games. 4-0 defeat to Tottenham, 6-0 to Liverpool, 4-2 to United and 3-0 to Everton. Leicester City, they beat Burnley last night 2-0. Prior to that, they also lost to Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-1 and pretty much draw, loss, win. So I think it is going to be a very difficult one, this one. Leicester City not had the greatest of seasons. Normally they're up there in the top 6, but this season they're mid-table in 13th place. I'm going to back Leeds United to get something in this game, you know. Despite their run of form, new manager in, Leicester, bit shaky as I have said. I'm going to go for a Leeds United victory in this one. I'm going to say they're going to pick up all 3 points. Maybe against the odds this one, but I think Leeds can do something in this game. Okay, next one to Aston Villa against Southampton. Last time these two sides faced, it was a narrow 1-0 victory to Southampton. I'm still going to back Southampton to win this one. I do think Villa will score one though. They're at Villa Park. But Southampton, they've been doing really well. Currently 9th place, absolutely brilliant. They're on loan Chelsea striker Brozier, and he's the main goal scorer at the moment. But everyone else as well. Last game they beat Norwich City 2-0. Before that, beat Everton 2-0. Got a 1-1 draw with Man United. Beat Tottenham. Drew with Man City. Southampton probably currently are the best team so far in the Premier League. Just the top teams that they've picked up results against, and then some very impressive victories as well. Aston Villa themselves haven't had the greatest past few games. The last game they did beat Brighton 2-0. Brighton are dropping down a little bit after getting 3 losses on the bounce, but we'll come on to them in just a moment's time. But I think Southampton will be able to beat Steven Gerrard's men away from home in this game. So 2-1 to Southampton. Next game is Burnley against Chelsea, where Chelsea just lost the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool on penalties after that 0-0 draw, but they did have 3 goals ruled out for offside. Chelsea's last league game was the 1-0 victory against Palace and also the 2-0 victory against Tottenham. Burnley did lose to Leicester last night, but they've had some pretty good performances as well. Their last few games, 1-1 with Palace, a 1-0 against Tottenham and a 3-0 against Brighton. Just because they're playing Chelsea, I think Chelsea's side's just going to be a bit too strong for them in this game. But I'm not going to write off Burnley, but I think it'll be very close. I'll go edge 1-0 Chelsea. It'll be very tight for them to get past Burnley's defence. Let's not forget Burnley did manage to score a goal against Manchester United. That might be Manchester United, but they are scoring a few goals. They lost narrowly 1-0 to Liverpool, so they will make it tough for their opponents, especially big opponents like Chelsea, where they picked up a 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge in the reverse fixture the first half of the season. So it will be tight, but I'll just edge Chelsea for a 1-0 victory. Next up is Newcastle United, on some really good run of form at the moment. As you can see, 3 draws and 4 wins in their last 7 games, and Brighton with 3 losses in their last 3 games. Newcastle at home in this one. I'll back Newcastle to get the victory. I still think it'll be very tight though, because Brighton's defence is still good. I mean, I know, as I said, they've had this a bit of poor run form, conceding to Villa and United and 3 to Burnley, which is actually pretty poor considering they have conceded that amount of goals to those sides. But Newcastle United, they're doing well, picking up the results. 2-0 Brentford, 1-1 West Ham, 1-0 Villa, 3-1. Newcastle to get a narrow 1-0 victory. I'm going loads of edgy results in this game, like 1-0s and things like that. You know what? No, I'll back them to get a 2-0. I'm going to change that because Newcastle, they've really started scoring goals. They've got some brilliant players in there. Alan Saint-Maximin's probably one of the best players to look out for. Doesn't normally score, but his dribbling is absolutely superb, and also his pace as well. And Brighton to continue with this horrible run of form. Okay, Norwich City against Brentford. Now this is going to be a good one, like a relegation scrap. We've got Norwich City currently in 20th place, bottom of the table, and Brentford just outside the relegation zone in around 16th place, I do believe. So I'm going to back a team to win this one, and I'm going to back the home side, Norwich City, to get a victory against Brentford. This one's going to be really tight. Maybe you expect a draw in this game. Two teams that are really doing poor. Considering Norwich is in the relegation zone, Brentford just outside it, you might think to back Brentford a little bit more. But Norwich, under Dean Smith, they do have their little ups at certain times, and they've got 3 losses in a row. And I think it's their time to bounce back and pick up 3 points. It may not continue. It may not help them survive the drop into the Championship, but it might just give them that small chance, and I'm going to say they'll edge Brentford in this game. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is another very difficult one. Wolverhampton Wanderers against Crystal Palace. Wolverhampton Wanderers only picking up 4 draws so far this season. It's either victories or defeats for them, but Crystal Palace, on the other hand, have picked up 12 draws this season. So a side that doesn't draw much against a side that draws a lot. And Wolves' defence, if you're going to beat Wolves, it's going to be just by like the 1 goal. It is going to be very tight. They have started scoring quite a few goals as well. Wolves have as well. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw in this one, though. Even though I said Wolves don't pick up that many draws, Crystal Palace do. And I just feel like both sides will score a goal in this one, and both sides would probably defend well, although saying that, I would back the home side a bit more than Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, as you can see, mainly draws in there, but just it's mainly that 4-1 victory against Watford's making me feel like Crystal Palace is going to get a goal in this one. Their team doesn't absolutely shout goals, but as I said, with the past performances, they're doing decent. I mean, the losses have been against big sides, Liverpool and Chelsea. So, I mean, you can't really hold that against them. Against Wolves, they'll pick up a draw. Okay, next up is a big one. Liverpool against West Ham. I do believe that this is going to be a high goal scorer. I don't know why. I just have this funny feeling. I'm going to go Liverpool 3, West Ham 2. It was 3-2 to West Ham in the reverse fixture of this game. I'm now going to say 3-2 to Liverpool. Both sides got superb teams, both going for European football, although Liverpool will probably want to go for a bit more and challenge City to the title. So they'll pick up 3 points in this game, but I think it will be a good game, and it'll be a tight game with loads of good goals. Okay, Watford against Arsenal. So I'm going from a game with lots of goals to a game that I think is going to end in a 0-0 draw. Arsenal did beat Watford in the reverse fixture of this game, narrowly 1-0. I think Watford's defence really has improved under Roy Hodgson. Not really scoring more goals though, but maybe Arsenal, obviously you'll back Arsenal to pick up the victory in this one, but I just think that it's going to be one of these games where Arsenal's going to be having chance after chance after chance, but they just can't break through. It might be a dodgy penalty that they get, and that gives them the victory, but I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw in this side, in this game. So Watford also in the relegation zone as well. So I've backed 2 relegation teams to pick up some results against some decent sides. I wouldn't say Brentford one is a decent side, but Arsenal, it's going to be a tough one. Okay, our last 2 games is the Manchester derby, City against United, and then Tottenham against Everton. Tottenham against Everton should be interesting. Quite a few losses the past few games, but let's just talk about City and United. Both on some decent run of form. Man City obviously at the top of the table. The gap is closing though between them and Liverpool. It isn't going to be easy, and Man United, I know they pick up some draws against Burnley or against Watford when they really should be picking up 3 points, and that's the difference between them and Man City. Man City will easily just get that game over and done with, 5-0 victory, easy. With Man United, they'll do it the hard way. They're playing at the Etihad, and Manchester United win more games than City at the Etihad Stadium. It was 2-0 to Man City in the reverse fixture at Old Trafford. I'm going to say it's going to be the exact same scoreline to a different side, though. I'm going to pick the red side of Manchester in this one. Probably going against the majority of this one again. Probably everyone will say City to win this one. No, I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to United, and I'm also going to say they're going to keep a clean sheet also against the side that have been scoring loads of goals, considering they don't even have a striker as well. But United to get a 2-0 victory in this win and in this game, and then finishing off with Tottenham against Everton, where Everton under Frank Lampard haven't the greatest of results. He came in on the Newcastle game, lost that one, did get a good result against Leeds United. Should have really have got a draw against Manchester City. That handball that wasn't given, VAR. Don't know really what happened or why they didn't see that there and then. But should have been a draw in that game. Everton should have got a penalty and made it 1-1. But against Tottenham, who have just lost to Middlesbrough last night in the FA Cup 1-0. Very poor performance by Tottenham. But they did score 4 against Leeds United. But that is Leeds United, I suppose. But also Everton's run of form. I know, considering Tottenham's really horrible past games, this might come as a bit of a surprise to you, but Tottenham do have some very top quality players. Everton are struggling. They are really struggling, and they are now probably at risk of getting relegated into the Championship, which is going to be massive because it's Everton. You always see them in the Premier League, and next season they might not be. But that's going to finish it off. 3-1 victory to Tottenham. I am going to back Tottenham to play better than they did against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup in this game. But also, we have got 3 games that have been rearranged to play in this week. That it's not officially part of week 27, but we've got Wolves, Watford, Southampton, Newcastle, and Leeds, Villa. Those are the scores that I am backing them for. You may see the Leeds Villa one down there. I'm backing Leeds to get a 2-1 victory against Villa there as well. I think Leeds can do something with this with the new manager, and I'm going to back them to get 2 results in a row. But we'll have to wait and see how the Leicester game goes, and then those results, those predictions may change. But those 3 aren't officially part of the week, as I said. So those are my predictions for week 27. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and I will see you in my next score predictions video for next match day. Bye.